As the last, but not least, item of the official agenda, we're going to have a flavor of food technology. And we're going to present a second showcase of the day called Feeding the Future, Game-Changing Food Tech Solutions. Please welcome the next moderator, our very own expert in the field, Mariliis Holm, who is the co-founder and partner at Sustainable Food Ventures, an early-stage venture capital firm. Please, an applause.
Good afternoon, everyone. Thank you for coming. Great to see familiar faces from Estonia and abroad. I'm very happy to introduce the last panel of the day on the bold stage. We're going to talk about food, which I believe is the biggest potential when it comes to impact and sustainability. So as I was introduced, I'm Mariliis Holm. I'm the co-founder and managing partner of Sustainable Food Ventures. We're an early-stage venture capital firm investing in the future of food at pre-seed stage. We focus mainly on 3 different technologies, such as plant-based, cell-based, and then recombinant fermentation. But last but not least, fungi as a kingdom of its own, known from biology. We also invest in fungi and mycoprotein. Today, I want to just walk you through what is the challenge, and then the startups will take the stage. So we all know that today we're 8 billion people, but in the next few decades, we're going to be adding another 2 billion to this planet, so we'll be 10 billion here. And the challenge that comes with that is that we need to produce 60% more food globally. What does that actually mean? If you remember, Ice Age ended about 10,000 years ago, and in that time span, in the last 8,000 years, we have produced all the food for the humanity on this planet. However, in the next 40 years, we have to produce the same amount of food, or even more, than we've done in the last 8,000 years. And that's a challenge in itself. But how do we do it in a way that everyone has room on this planet and everyone has some sort of a green, blue planet still left after we leave or bring more people? Why invest in food tech and specifically in alternatives? It's pretty clear from the 3 main contributors to climate change, such as the greenhouse gases, but also the land that current agriculture takes under, and also the freshwater resources, which I personally think is the next frontier in terms of resources we're going to have to manage very, very carefully to avoid future conflicts. This is my absolute favorite slide. So Boston Consulting Group, a year ago, came out with this data. So if you're an investor or just curious about, okay, what could I do for the change, the global climate change, and how could I decarbonize the world, or how could I be a better citizen, or how could I make investments that actually matter versus like some that are just nice to have in order to have more capital. So here, plant-based proteins is by 4 times a better investment in terms of removing carbon from the current system versus any other sector that is represented when it comes to climate change. So what are the technologies? I have 4 amazing companies coming specially to this conference to talk about their solutions. We're going to start with the fungi Mycelium, Mighty Foods. We're going to move forward to IO. Both 2 companies are native to Estonia, funded here and growing here. And then we have 2 companies from United Kingdom, Hoxton Farms and Omni. So it's my pleasure to invite Triin to the stage to tell us more about Mighty Foods.
Hello, everyone. My name is Triin. I am one of the co-founders and the CEO of Mighty. At Mighty, we create real food from mushroom roots, and I shall soon explain what this really means for us, but I will start this story from the beginning. I believe most of you have heard about the crazy explosion of the plant-based meat industry. We saw Bill Gates giving thumbs up to plant-based meat companies, investing into them, even saying that the future of meat is plant-based. We saw some crazy IPOs. The one of Beyond Meat, for example, it skyrocketed, exceeded everybody's expectations. And obviously, at one point, it seemed like everybody's going to turn into vegan. And this all is true. Like, the plant-based meat industry has massively grown. But of course, as always, there is this other side to the story. I came to understand about this other side back in 2019. I was working for a NGO, Meatless Monday Estonia, and we organized a plant-based food conference. We told the same fairy tale story about the craziness of plant-based meat market. And in the audience, there was this one man who rather skeptically asked whether plant-based meat really is healthier. He was referring to the long ingredient list and the synthetic additives of the plant-based meat. So I went home, did some research. What I discovered, of course, was that he was not alone in his worry. According to one study, processed, fast food, and artificial are among the most popular words that people use when describing their perceptions around plant-based meat. For me, that was the moment when I realized that there is a strong need for Mycelium and our product category. So what we do at Mycelium is developing the next generation meat and seafood, and we use Mycelium in order to do so. Why mycoprotein, aka Mycelium? It's sustainable, it's functional, and it has really good nutritional profile. Our product strategy foresees developing really healthy products. We're only using minimal amount of ingredients, and they are all natural. We are focusing on whole cuts and fillets as they are lacking on the market, and we're creating products that would be suitable for various recipes, so they really have the potential to become like a household staple. This is where we position ourselves next to our closest competitors. All of those companies there are successful, they are needed on the market. Simply now we're targeting this empty corner over there. The core of our technology is mastering mycoprotein, so we are able to achieve both the strong and fibrous texture of chicken fillet and the tender and flaky texture of fish. Also, in the future, we will be cultivating our own mycoprotein. Overall, our product pipeline has a strong focus on fillets and seafood. Next to the Baltics, we will be targeting Scandinavian and Central European market. And this is the team that will deliver this vision alive. Andrian, Angelina, and Mari, they all have their backgrounds in FoodTech. Andrian might be known as the mushroom guy in Estonia. He has more than 12 years of experience with mushrooms and mycelium. I come in with experience in HR management, communication, and team leading. Thank you very much, and please do not hesitate to reach out to me. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. This was Triin, our very own founder from Estonia, working on mycoprotein. And next online, we have Aio, who is shaping the future of fats and oils. Coming up next, please.
Thank you.
Hi everyone, I'm Nemaila. I'm the co-founder and co-CEO of Aio, and we are shaping the futures of fats and oils. And why this is important? Because the way we are producing food nowadays is broken. It's unsustainable, unhealthy, wasteful, and even cruel. And although people at the market are embracing the alternatives, there's too much focus on protein production. But we all know the deliciousness of the food, the taste, the mouthfeel, comes from the fat. And the current ones we are using in our food, they are either unsustainable or not healthy, such as palm oil and animal fats. Therefore, at Aio, we offer the solution of producing fats and oils with low footprint in a circular economy way that are healthy and economically viable. How do we do this? So basically, we brew fats and oils from low-value byproducts. It's a beautiful word for residues from agriculture and food industries. And we do this by transforming them into ingredients to food and feed, cosmetics, and household ingredients. It's not miracle, it's science. And this is a photo of our 3 first products. They are non-GMO, they're rich in antioxidants and omega-3, and they do not have trans fats, so they are healthy. Talking about the footprint, if we use our technology, we can transform. We just need 7% of the agricultural waste produced in Brazil, as an example, to substitute 30% of today's palm oil use. And this would mitigate 100 million tons of CO2. This is low footprint, huge impact. And I'm not even talking about substituting the animal fats. So talking about IO a bit, we're a bit older than 1 year, but we have managed to achieve very important milestones. We came out from the university, so we got IP agreements with them. We raised our first 1 million euro from food specialized funds, in-kind government grants. And these in-kind came from very important industries such as Cargill and Fibonacci. Today, we managed to go from milliliters to 1,000 liters scale, and we are at TRL 7. We are building our 200 liters pilot plant to increase our in-house production capacity. We are doing novel foods permit together with Accelerate Estonia, and we're running 10 pilots with clients, which already got feedback, but this number will increase as we have 35 plus companies interested. By 2024, we want to build our demo plant, to submit 2 patents, and to start licensing production. Our revenues will start in 2026, and they will be in the order of 4.5 million euros, and we're going to have the novel foods permit by that time, so we can start selling. By 2028, we will have our platform to make tailor-made fats and oils. Our revenues will be in the order of 120 million euros. We will have our IP family, and will be cheaper than coconut oil. But our aim is to be competitive to palm oil. And these are the people behind IO. That's me, I'm a co-founder, co-CEO. Petri, also co-founder, CEO. And we have from scientists to experts in marketing, sales, regulations, and IP, and research and development. And so this is IO. So thank you for your attention and join you in our mission to change the world.
So you saw the future of fat when it comes to IO biotechnology, but we have another company working on the future of fat called Hoxton Farms. My pleasure to invite Max on the stage.
Plant-based meat has a big fat problem. Demand for meat alternatives is soaring all across the world, but they still don't taste good enough. And that's because they're missing one key ingredient, which is fat. Fat is magic. It's fat that makes meat sizzle and brown and smell and taste amazing. Whether we're talking about a burger or a chicken breast or Kobe Wagyu beef, it's fat that is central to the experience of eating traditional meat, which is what people crave when they turn to meat alternatives, and it's why they're disappointed. Today's plant oils, like coconut oil and palm oil, just aren't good enough. They taste bad, they're unstable, and they're not especially healthy or sustainable either. And that's where we come in. At Hoxton Farms, we make real animal fat, just without the animals. Starting with stem cells, we grow cultivated fat as a B2B ingredient for the meat alternatives industry. We sell our fat to plant-based meat companies so that they can combine it with plant-based protein and make meat alternatives that finally look and cook and taste just as good as the real thing, if not even better. To do it, we take stem cells in a harmless handful from animals like cows and pigs. We put them in a fermenter, and we feed them plant-based food. And essentially, we convince the cells that they're still inside the animal. They divide, they grow, they develop, and eventually mature into delicious, juicy fat. And that's what we harvest and sell as an ingredient. So my name's Max Jamilly. I'm the co-founder and CEO of Hoxton Farms. And I'm a cell biologist by background. I've spent the last 10 years of my life growing cells and much more recently realized that you can eat them as well. I co-founded the company with my oldest school friend, Ed, in 2020. And he's a mathematician by background. And really everything we do combines these two worlds of maths and biology with food to make an ingredient that tastes amazing, but is also scalable and cost-effective. In the last 3 years, we've raised about $25 million from awesome investors like Founders Fund, Fidelity, and of course, Sustainable Food Ventures. We've built a team of 30-something people in central London, all in person, representing over 15 countries, over 15 PhDs, spanning everything from cell biology through machine learning to food. And together, as a team, we're creating a deliciously fatty future. So why do we do all of this? We do it because we believe that fat and food is by far the most powerful lever for changing the world. We know that the traditional meat industry, which is some $1.4 trillion, is broken. It's killing us, it's killing the planet. And if we're going to make a dent, then we need to appeal not just to vegans and vegetarians. They've already converted, they've already given up on meat, and they're already willing to compromise on taste. What we need to do is make meat alternatives that are so damn delicious that they appeal to card-carrying meat eaters, people who love barbecue and a Sunday roast in the pub. Those are the people who, if we can convince them to switch without convincing them to make any change in their behavior, then we can really change the world. We're growing very quickly. In about 2 weeks, in the middle of London, we'll open the country's first cultivated meat pilot facility, where we'll go from making grams to kilograms and then tons of cultivated fat in the next couple of years. And we see a future where in every country, in every meal, on the center of every plate, people are eating a hybrid meat alternative that contains some plant-based ingredients and some cell-based ingredients, and the cell-based fat comes from Hoxton Farms. Thank you very much.
We have one more startup, and this is also from the future of food, but for the future of our best friends. So I'll leave it like that. Shiv, come on stage and walk us through Omni.
Hello. I know I'm all that stands between you and drink, so I will try to be as brief as possible. Hello, my name is Shiv. I'm the co-founder of Omni. We are a pet health company that's revolutionizing the way we look after our pets. So essentially, our mission is to become the world's #1 pet food brand that's better for pets and better for the planet. A simple mission. Where did it all begin? Well, 2 years ago, I was talking to my friend Guy, a practicing veterinarian. He'd gone into the profession with a view towards helping animals, pets, dogs especially, live better lives. Yet he was facing a constant tsunami of problems for which there wasn't really a great solution, inevitably leading to the ultimate outcome of sometimes having to put dogs down, and it really wasn't something that he felt needed to be that way. The outlook for pet health isn't great. 1 in 3 dogs will get cancer in their lifetime. 1 in 2 are obese, and many more are suffering from allergies for which they need to go to the vet clinic every month to get injections, which are painful and expensive. There is a real problem here. In the human space, we really understand the need to cut down on the amount of ultra-processed meats that are going into our diets and increase the amount of plant-based proteins. Just look at the food stands outside today and the options we have. Yet when it comes to our pets' health, for some reason, we believe that they only need to eat processed meats. And from our understanding, it doesn't need to be that way. And when we looked further into the sector, we realized another big problem. 20% of the planet's meat is consumed by our pets. That's equivalent to a whopping 13 million gas-guzzling cars riding around the planet 24 hours a day. Something needs to change. And so Omni is born. Our solution is a science-backed, vet-formulated approach to nutrition using plant-based ingredients that's better for dogs and better for the planet. Our first dry food, which is high in protein, low in fat, and is absolutely loved by dogs, uses 85% fewer CO2 emissions compared to traditional meat-based dog food. Our vet-formulated functional treats remove a lot of the problematic ingredients that are typically found in pet treats, such as fillers, sugars, sweeteners, ultra-processed meats, and replaces them with high-quality, plant-based active ingredients like glucosamine, valerian root, to give active functional benefits for optimized long-term health. And I'm very excited about our latest innovation, which uses 3D extrusion technology to create a patent-pending wet food that replicates the look, feel, and taste of a meat-like food for dogs, but without any meat in it at all. This has been a hit with our customers and a hit with retailers as well. Protein is one of the most important nutrients for dogs. In our vegan diet, there is 30% protein, which is more than the leading meat-based pet food brands on the market. What's more, Omni dogs are healthier. A recent independent peer-reviewed publication looked at 100 dogs that were on our diet over the course of the year and documented statistically significant health improvements in stool quality, itching, glossiness, anxiety. It's satisfying as an entrepreneur to actually solve a problem that you set out to do and have it documented in a very scientific way. The literature is changing rapidly as well, with the recent publication showing that dogs on a plant-based diet live 1.5 years longer than dogs on a traditional meat-based diet. As a result, 9 out of 10 veterinarians that have tried Omni recommend it to their clients. The tide is clearly changing in favor of plant-based diets for dogs. But how big is the market opportunity? Well, the global dog food market is worth a whopping £53 billion. And in the UK alone, 34% of dog parents want to feed plant-based. That represents a $1 billion opportunity right here. It's a truly recession-proof industry with COVID tailwinds, and especially in a market like this, it's incredibly encouraging. There is a massive blind spot when it comes to the market, though. The industry is competitive, yet when it comes to science-based, vet-formulated nutrition that's good for the planet, Omni is uniquely well-positioned. And this positioning has been very successful for us. In the last year alone, we served over 1 million meals and achieved £700,000 in sales. We're on track to do £2 million in sales this year, with 70% of our customers subscribing, up to 90% gross margin on our products, and will reach profitability as early as September. We have a game-changing team that's ready to do this with us, and our plan to expand across Europe and penetrate retail has proven well, with Walmart, already one of the biggest retailers, that's already reached out to take our products. Ultimately, we want to continue innovating and introduce 3D printed, personalized dental chews for dogs that will stay true to our mission of improving pet health and the environment. Thank you for your time.
So thank you all for sampling the future together with us. We're very excited to see how all of these companies progress. If you're interested in contacting them, investing in them, tasting your products, please reach out. We are here later in the day, but also all day tomorrow. So we had Shiv from Omni. I think I told them not to come out, but we had Jamilly from IO, we had Triin from Meat Future, and we had Max from Hoxton Farms. Do you want to just for a little second come to the stage? Even I said not to, but please. So if you have any questions, any ideas. So thank you all for being here. Thank you for sticking until the end of the day. Very excited what you all are building and how the future of food is going to pan out. If you're interested in building in your own company, my email is my first name, which has 3 I's in it. So Mariliis, try to find the right places for the eyes at sustainablefoodventures.com. We invest in early stage companies. We have 2 our portfolio companies here and many more to come. Thank you so much and have a great rest of the evening.
Yes, thanks a lot. One more round of applause for the final session of today.
Woo.
Oh, there's some selfies going on. All right.